and when in your article you actually mentioned that their sales numbers went up with the apps and kiosks as far as people ordering more things opposed
Yeah,
to the person, which is
yeah,
insane.
yeah, yeah. And so I mean, but you kind of, if you're, you're working in, Chicago in their headquarters, McDonald's headquarters, then you look at those numbers and you think, wow, how do we figure out ways to like drive more people into, into picking up their orders and filing orders at a kiosk? Um, but so the industry is interested in doing that, and they got their ways.
Was it part of the, and maybe you don't know this, was it part of the plan then to raise these prices at a kind of, because the again, one time a few months ago I was stuck trying to make it north to do a show. I didn't make it, so I had to do the show remotely, and I was going to try to do it from McDonald's, free Wi-Fi, fill up with
Oh,
coffee.
yeah.
But it's like everybody that weekend was just coming in to me. It was like families. So I was like, oh, I can't do the show here. And the place I could do it that was quiet, surprisingly, was Starbucks. Um, and I thought to myself, it's like, dude, did McDonald's raise these prices on purpose to force you to use the app? Because there's a huge price difference between just going to order willy-nilly and ordering with the app, like a massive price difference.
Yeah.
Was that part of their plan? Because if that was part of their plan, that is some, Mr. Burns level evil genius shit going on.
I mean, I can't speak for their like kind of internal strategizing, but I will say that, are they clever enough to do that kind of thing? Yeah, I would say they are. Yeah, I absolutely would say that. I mean, they've already. I mean, DoorDash is something else which we can talk about. I mean,
Sure.
they're that is like not only like worse quality food. It's colder. I mean, it's just cold, and fast food when it's cold is just not very good. Um, I mean, even like ice cream, we sold a lot of ice cream through DoorDash, and man, that stuff was like melted within like 10 seconds of it leaving the door. But McDonald's does a lot of orders through, it fills a lot of orders through DoorDash. And on
Insane.
top of all the kind of lower quality service, you're also paying more when you're a DoorDash customer.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, McDonald's is very aware of that. They're aware that there is a certain demographic, and it's maybe not huge, it's certainly not a majority. Some areas it's bigger than others, but like there's a certain demographic that will gladly pay more for food that is colder. For warm ice cream and cold burgers, um, if it means that it's like it gets delivered to their door. It's also going to come later than if you just went through the drive-through, because I mean, oftentimes the drive-through, the DoorDash driver has to go through the drive-through, pick it up, and then and then drive to you. So yeah, it's just it's so there is this segment of the population which is, I think, growing, that would just prefer to interact with their phones or a screen, and if McDonald's gives them the screen in the store, then they'll take that. And I think, like, the industry understands well that if if they can increase that number, if that number of the number of people who is just wants to interact with their screens, that kind of goes up, they will order more, they will pay more, and you can kind of deliver them a more kind of satisfying digital experience. You can make your app a little bit smoother, a little bit like more graphically attractive than the next guy's. Then you can kind of squeeze even more money out of that group of people.
Frightening. I mean, to me, it's all frightening.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.